Magandang adlaw, this is Kathy.
And I'm Kiki.
And this is Daily Chica. Okay, this is our very first podcast.
Yes.
Okay, and we started this because we feel like
Because we feel like this is really important for our development together, like as a family, for like to bond
yes,
together as mother
yes.
and daughter. Especially throughout my teenage years where I'm much more hormonal and I'm much more prone to being rebellious. So
I hope that it will bridge the communication gap if ever there is, and I can make you understand things from my perspective, and in the same way you can also explain things from your side of the fence.
yes.
Right? Okay, so I hope if ever anyone's watching in our podcast that you would learn something from the things that we're going to talk about here. Okay, for our first podcast, we decided to talk about
Privacy.
privacy.
Depends if you're British or American. Because the British people, they tend to shorten their vowels. So it's like British, privacy. What else do you say?
Privacy.
Privacy. What other British words?
Apple.
Apple. But for the Americans, they tend to lengthen their vowels. Vowels. So instead of privacy, they say privacy.
Yeah, privacy.
And it's the same thing with like elevator, like something like that in British or what?
In British they call it lift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like lift is it's one syllable, it's just lift. Whereas for the Americans they say elevator.
Those are two different words, elevator and
I know,
lift.
but it's the principle of it.
Okay.
It's the principle of it because Americans also have a word for lift, but they have that app that lift, but they call it like lift, not lift.
Okay, it's in the intonation.
It's in the intonation, yes.
Right. Bisaya.
Lift.
No, I mean privacy. Bisaya.
Privacy.
Privacy. Okay. Anyway, we're talking about privacy. We're talking about privacy. So, from your side of the fence, okay, what do you think should be an ideal situation where you get to have privacy as a teenager?
It really depends, I think, on your relationship with your parents. Because like some teenagers, they like to have a lot more privacy with their life, with their belongings, but at the same time, that too much privacy could often lead to parents like not knowing more about their child, like not knowing their friends, not knowing their relationships, or what this child bought, and like if it's good or not. So I really think what really has to happen is that there's openness on both ends, but there's also that sense of privacy and security. So what's essentially happening is that your parents are being honest about like their own lives, and your child is also being honest. However, you both know that there's a line that you cannot cross unless you have consent. So it's more of like there's a glass, but that glass is separating you and your parents from their personal private life. Even if it's glass, even if you can't see through it.
You can see through it, but you cannot cross.
You cannot
through
cross unless your parents tell you that you can. It's the same.
So it's more of like a glass door.
Yes.
Not just like a glass wall.
Yes.
Because a glass wall is different. You can't cross through it. So
Yes.
there has to be that glass wall. Setting boundaries.
Yes.
Correct?
Boundaries.
Yeah, setting boundaries. In our home, we have the open door policy. So Kiking's bedroom is always open all the time. She never locks her bedroom. And of course, we do on special occasions. That I'm asleep. When you're asleep.
Except for that one time on Valentine's Day where I woke up at 12.
So that's the only time. We keep an open door policy. So we only close the doors when we change clothes, for example, but if ever Kiki feels the need, like she wakes up from a nightmare ever since she was a kid, she wakes up because she has her own room. She has had her own room since she was 7 years old. You were 7, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, you when she was 7. So she has been sleeping in her own room. However, it's an open door policy. So anytime, like if she wakes up from a nightmare, she can just come running into our room and then snuggle in between us. But of course,
That rarely happens now.
yeah, that doesn't happen anymore because she can already cope with the nightmares. But of course, the privacy also, like you're correct with the glass door, and in our case, a wooden door. If it's a special occasion, then we keep the door closed. It's as simple as that. If it's not a special occasion, then it's open door policy.
Yes.
And you feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you think that's okay with you and it's not an issue that I can anytime come into your bedroom or daddy can come into your bedroom? Why do you think that it's not an issue?
Because you know what I have in my bedroom, number one.
Yeah.
And secondly, it's because my parents and I, my mom, my dad and I, we have this really weird relationship with our rooms and ourselves because like they have clothes in my room and then I have stuff in their room. So like in order to kind of like get to our things, we actually have to cross each other's rooms really often. So that creates that honesty and like that, what do you call it, that transparency between us because like we don't snoop around but we see things around, so like even if they're not saying anything, like oh it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, so I don't really have a problem with it because it's been going on for a really long time. And secondly is that thing where we both have stuff in our room, so it's not really very private but more of a shared space that somebody owns.
Shared space because it's within our own
It's
household.
within our own house.
It's within our own household.
But that somebody kind of lords over.
Mhm.
Like so
So you lord over your room
Yes.
and then we lord over our room, right?
but you can cross.
Yeah, but we can cross like the glass door. Let's go going back again to the concept of having a glass door. But let's say, imagine yourself already having a boyfriend. Would you still keep an open door policy with
Yeah.
us?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So like you're not gonna hide like text messages from us, photos with your boyfriend from us.
No.
No? Oh, that's good.
I don't plan to have a boyfriend till I'm like 25.
Oh, you're just saying that now? That's what I told myself too. Yes, but because that matters. Because probably right now you're still not at an age when you think that privacy is very important and must be maintained because you have nothing to hide.
Yes.
Perhaps that's the case. You still have nothing to hide. What if you start liking somebody or that somebody is already your boyfriend, and do you think that it will come to a point where there will be things that you will no longer want to share with us because you see it as it's a private matter. It's for me and not for you. You're not included in this matter.
If I really think about it, probably something I would not share with you and dad is that like if I have a boyfriend and he talks to me about his private life, I would not share that with you because that's between us. But like if we go on dates or we go on romantic relationships, I'm going to come back to you and I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, so you're gonna be the kiss and tell type.
What?
You're gonna tell me about the kisses, right?
Huh?
You're gonna tell me about the kisses?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me if he's a good kisser? Rate on 1 to 10, how good a kisser is he? You're gonna tell me about that?
Yeah, maybe.
Boys, watch out. Watch out, I'll know everything about you eventually.
Except for the stuff that they ask me to keep secret.
Yes.
Because that will be between us.
Yeah. But what about the other teenagers? What about your friends? Do you think that they keep a lot of things from their parents or they have issues about privacy with their parents?
I think that every family has issues about privacy, like at some point in their lives, and I think it's also normal that a lot of teenagers tend to hide things from their parents because of the Western preconceived notion that like privacy belongs to the individual. And like as you grow older, you're allotted more privacy whether the parents like it or not. So they're really tempted to keep more stuff from their parents than I am. Because like I was raised in a mostly like communal household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And also because there's only three of us.
Mhm.
Yeah, so like it's not really like we want to keep things a secret
Yeah.
in the household. And we really do talk a lot at home. So and we have, like Jenny said, shared spaces within the house. Although when it comes to our work and your study, like Jenny has her own, we call it her office. So she has her own office at home.
Yeah.
I have my own office and Daddy has his own office. So usually we don't touch each other's table, right?
Because we tend to get stressed when we work.
Yes, yes. So like even the borrowing of pens, I tend to get stressed. Like I have a lot of pens, like really a lot. I buy pens by the box. And I have more than 50, I think, currently at my table right
Really?
now. Yes, I have. Like, remember that one, and I have more inside my drawer.
Oh,
I
right.
have, like, I have it. That's just the ball pens. Around 50 ball pens, different colors. I have pencils and all that. But, somebody takes one of my ball pen,
The one that you're using.
the one that I'm using, then I get stressed. And I would know if somebody took the pens that I'm using. I'm weird that way. So everybody respects that space that I have in my office. In the same way, I don't go touching your stuff in your office, right?
Yeah. Like the way that you said that you know when people take your pens, I'll know when someone shifts the stuff on my desk. So like if I can't find something that I immediately need, I get stressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with Daddy as well.
Yeah,
So-
so we're kind of obsessive compulsive with our workspace.
In a way, yes.
Yes, in a way, our workspace. And what about when it comes to emails, for example? Because I've heard about other parents, they religiously check the emails of their kids and the communication of their kids with the peers, the friends. So, what are your thoughts on that? Should parents be regularly checking the emails, the texts, the DMs of their children, especially when they're teenagers? What do you think?
Well, if we're talking about regularly, I don't think so because that will produce like even if the kid has nothing to hide, that will produce a lot of anxiety, especially in like Asian families like the Philippines, because like it's again that Western notion that there like as the kid grows there should be more privacy. So therefore your emails at least should be kept somewhat private instead of being checked regularly by your like parents.
Why is it an issue for teenagers right now? Why do you think that is
The
an
emails?
issue? Yeah, the emails, the text messages, the DMs. Why do you think that's an issue? Why shouldn't parents be allowed to snoop in? I mean, check it regularly.
Honestly, it's a matter of trust and honesty as well. So we're going back again to the glass door, where like the kid is transparent about his own life. The kid like tells his parents stuff that he wants the parents to know. However, the parent cannot cross without the kid like supposedly unlocking that door and letting them in.
So you think that if a mom snoops in opens the email of the child, then it's a sign that the mom does not trust the child. I think that's the issue. Is that the issue?
Yes.
That if parents start suddenly opening the Facebook accounts of the kids and checking all those messages and checking what they post, so it's more of that feeling that you don't trust me enough.
Yeah, and then the interesting thing is that that trust stems from not telling your parents anything or from being dishonest. Maybe both. Because again, if the parent, like as parents, I understand that you get really stressed when you don't know what your kid is doing because you want to keep us safe. And unfortunately, that stress, when we're being dishonest with you or when we're not being completely transparent with you, tends to end up in a lot of parents like snooping into their kids' emails in a desperate attempt to be able to understand them better.
Yeah.
So it comes from like good purposes, good intentions, but to the kid it feels like an invasion of privacy.
Oh, okay. However, we're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, we're parents, okay? Parents and kids. Under the Philippine law, listen to this.
Yeah.
Under the Philippine law, parents are actually allowed to check the diaries, the messages, the emails of the children. So the Philippine law under the family code is different because it gives authority to the parents. So it's kind of like my house, my rules. As long as the child is still a minor, technically under the Philippine law, a child is somebody who is 18 years younger. Oh, so you're still a child until you reach 18.
Until you reach 18.
Yeah.
18 is like adults.
Yeah, adult 18.
Okay.
18 you're already an adult, but 17. So
Okay.
17 until you're 17 years old, you're still considered a child under the Philippine law. So we can. I mean, you cannot go to the authorities and complain, or you cannot file a case against your mom that, go to the court and file a case and say, my mom has been reading my diary. Do you still have diaries, by the way? No? No, you don't have diaries.
Why do you sound sad? Why is that?
No? We used to have diaries. Diaries are fun.
Yeah. The last time I had a diary was, I think, I don't know, like 3-4 years ago, I think. I kind of lost the need for a diary when I started going more online. Because like everything was already there. And I could just reread text messages and stuff and they already have notes.
Yeah, so, but I think like writing in a diary makes it more personal.
Yes.
And also like the act of writing your thoughts makes it special. So it's kind of like a ritual where you tell your innermost secret to paper and hopefully your parents don't read it or you hide it.
Yeah.
Like it's the CIA couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But parents always could find diaries anyway. But you cannot file a case against them for doing that. The family code, it says here, on Philippine laws on children's privacy and parental rights. The family code establishes comprehensive parental authority. So that's the word I was looking for. So parents are given parental authority to oversee their children and also to keep them, not just oversee, but at the same time it comes with the responsibility of keeping them safe. And within that context, if the mom or the dad feels that to keep you safe, I have to read your emails, I have to read your text messages, I have to check your Facebook account, I have to stalk you, your friends, the parents of your friends, the friends of your friends, then the parent can actually do that under the Philippine law.
Without infringing on any other's rights?
No, because under the Philippine law, children do not actually have privacy rights within the household.
So it's legal helicopter parenting?
Yes. Actually, under the Philippine law, helicopter parenting is the norm.
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah.
It's legal. I mean, you cannot just accuse your parents of infringing on your privacy and demanding, I have rights to privacy. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Under the Philippine law, no, you don't. Okay?
Meaning that the government can solve your issues with your parents if you have something about like privacy, for example. So it has to. So instead.
No, you can't even go to court.
I know. That's what they said, that the government can't resolve your issues with privacy to your parents. So basically, that forces you and the kids to really talk to each other and to really find the middle ground of, hey, where am I okay with this? Where are you okay with this? Where should this stop? So it should be resolved within the household and not within the court, essentially.
You cannot, because you cannot resolve it in court.
Yes,
It
exactly.
cannot be accepted as a case in court.
Yes.
Yes, so there's actually nothing that you can do about it. However, what do you think are will there be stress, mental issues if the parents are doing the helicopter thing kind of parenting where they really infringe on the privacy of the child to keep the child safe? As a teenager, what do you think would that be like a mental issue if your parents are like really hovering over you, or will that be better because you feel that I'm safe because my parents are actually there guiding me and protecting me all the time? So what do you think about that?
That's actually a really good question because, like, from my personal experience, excuse me, like, with a lot of hovering, usually comes a lot of expectation on the kid. Because the more the parent knows about the kid's life, about the kid's relationships, the more that the kid feels like he's expected to act a certain way in order to please the parent. And that's usually the case. Like, that's normal because a kid will always, most likely always probably want to please the parent, want to make them happy, and that's okay. But if you reach a certain extent where the kid is starting to get anxiety from your hovering because he feels like you're pressing on him too much, then that becomes like a really bad point where someone starts to develop like a mental illness, an anxiety illness.
So what's the healthy boundary?
The healthy boundary should be, there's really no set healthy boundary within, because every relationship between the parent and the kid is different. Like, even within families, like, the way you treat your eldest is different from how you treat your second, your third, your fourth, your youngest. So it really depends on your relationship and how you and your parents deal with the problem with privacy as a whole and as a family, and where you're both okay with it. So it's a boundary that has to be set by three people: the kid, the father, and the mother, if there are three parents.
So how do you think because I feel like we have a good set
Yes.
boundaries within our home, right? Like, it's even different between our relationship because, for example, I could not open Jenny's email. I could not. I don't know her password. I don't know her password, but she opens my email all the time.
But the interesting thing is, I don't always do it all the time. I don't read your messages.
Oh, okay.
And you know that. That's
Yes,
why you
yes.
allow me to.
Yeah, I allow
Yes.
you. Yeah, good point. I allow you to do it because you don't read my messages. But whenever you feel like there's something that the teacher sent, right?
Yeah.
So that's when you open the email, and I even tell you sometimes to, okay, open my email and just look at what your teacher told me.
Yes.
And I would even tell her to do it herself because I don't want to bother. I don't want to bother to read what their teacher told me. So it's kind of different. I think a good reason for that is because I really believe in your capacity to not break my trust.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That's true because I think the problem for most parents, that's why they're having a hard time and they're infringing on the privacy of their kids, is
Yes.
because the kid also hasn't shown that he or she can be trusted that much.
Yes.
I think that's the problem. So Jenny actually knows our email, she can open her email, she can even open her dad's computer, right? You can open that, you know the password. And I don't even know.
I don't think so actually. But I know some
I
of his
think
passwords.
yeah, you know some of his passwords, yeah. Not all, yeah. But which I don't. Because again, that's not because they don't want to include me, they don't want to let me in on the loop, but that's because like I just don't feel like I have to open that computer or your computer. So I just like, I can open my computer and only my computer. I'm only interested in my computer, not yours and not his. So I think it's different, but again, circling back to why parents also feel that they have to infringe is because the child does not tell them enough.
Yes.
They're clueless about what their child is doing, and that is very scary for parents. We're really scared, especially when the child does not even talk about his or her day with the parent, or refuses to answer questions, doesn't talk about school, because there are really teenagers like that.
Yeah, like the really quiet ones.
They're really quiet ones. So that's the parents get anxiety from that, and they would want to be in on their child's life. So if for example, and well, it's okay for us because we don't have that problem, but what is your advice for parents who do not have as much of an open communication with their children, with their teenage kids? So how do you, like, all of this, the child is not talking to them, not telling them anything. So how do you think will that parent be able to get through to the child? What are the steps? What should the parent do?
I'd say that number one, you have to take it slowly. Because like both parties, from what I know, both parties, both humans, will essentially like get jolted when there's too much change in their surroundings and in like the amount of like say for the amount of like talking they do with other people. So you start slowly, you start with the little things.
Like what?
Like for example, if your kid doesn't talk to you about like, hey, how was your day? And then they don't respond. Probably what I would do if I was a parent, which I'm not yet, what I would do is I wouldn't say anything, but I would like give him food. I would
Food?
I would buy him something. So
So essentially bribing the child?
no, like in a way, the intention is that even if you're not talking to each other, you let the kid know that you're there. That is where the trust starts. When the kid knows that you will always be present for him, even if your relationship isn't exactly the best. And then the kid will just sort of begin to open up after that, essentially.
So what's a good question? If, for example, you just want to ask, you want to be let in on the child's life, not yet to the point of opening the glass door.
Yes.
Just allowing you to peek. Because imagine some kids, like we're talking about, we're circling back to the glass door. So let's imagine there's a glass door. Well, good for us because you open the glass door yourself and allow us into your life. But some kids, they even cover the glass door. So even a sneak peek. So if a parent just wants even just a sneak peek, what do you think would be a good question as a conversation starter?
Oh my god, I don't know.
What do you think would you like to share? I mean, teenagers would like to share to their parents. So that then the parents will like is there maybe what, a mobile game that your parents should at least learn about, so that you have something in common to talk about, or is there like a term or books? Do you even still read books?
But now that I think about it, what the kid really wants is to make the parents happy, and usually how children do that is through achievement. So the higher, essentially, remember like in Asia, the higher you achieve, the more you make your parents proud. So probably what the kid will really want to talk about to their parent is something like, hey, I got like 100% on this grade. I got like this amount on this grade. And then what the kid is trying to ask is, are you happy with me that I did that? And so as the parent, I believe you should say, you're proud. Like that's
But
just it.
that's a question.
That's
It's
a
a
question.
conversation starter. So let's say you're that type of kid who does not open up to the parent, and I'm the parent who's trying to nose my way in. So what do I ask you? What's a simple question that I can ask you? Because sometimes asking how's your day just doesn't cut it, right?
Yeah.
Just it won't cut it. The parents the kid will probably just say okay, just like that, right? That is the common scenario. So like imagine us just talking, and then there's dead silence, deafening silence on both parties because we don't know what to say to each other. So the mom wants to reach out. So what's a good conversation starter for teenagers? Teenagers.
Like we're going to ask you, or you're
No,
going to
no,
ask
I'm going. I want to be in on your life. So like a good conversation starter, just like maybe I'm thinking, how's Roblox? And I don't even know what Roblox is. Like something like that. So what's a good question? Conversation starter.
conversation starter for a parent. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a parent.
No. I mean something that you think would make you open up to a parent.
I don't know because the problem is we've never had that. Like,
I know it's very hard, right?
Yeah.
Because we've always had open communication and we share about everything going on in our lives.
and we're both like kind of, and we're both really outgoing people. So like, there's always a conversation.
Yes. And plus we really eat together. So we eat together, so there's always time within the day for talking to each other. Like a day doesn't go by that we don't talk to each other. And to not chica, to not chica is considered not polite in our household. So it's really we really talk. But for your friends maybe, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
What are the usual topics when you kids talk to each other?
It depends on your friends.
Right, I know. Like, for example, let's just say your friends, you just start with that.
I don't know. Usually school stress.
School stress.
School stress, yeah, or like exams, upcoming exams, assignment, homework.
Oh, okay. So do you think, like, for example, if it's school stress, like, I don't think that I can frame it like, are you stressed? I mean, that's so weird.
Yeah.
That's just so weird. So, how's school would probably not be a good question, right?
No.
So, what do you think would be a good one? A good starting point?
To show you care about your kid,
Not really to care,
Yeah.
just
to open up.
yeah, to open up. Not you don't really expect, like you said, it's not going to be one question and your child's going to give an answer that's worth a paragraph. Especially if you don't have a good communication relationship, a good communication between the both of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking of just a little bit, like a tiny peek, and just to get the ball rolling. So what if it's school stress? Like, so how was your teacher that you hate? Is that good, or
Question is, does the parent know which teacher the kid hates?
Right. So it's kind of hard, really,
It's
right?
hard.
Because if the parent doesn't know anything about the child doesn't open up. So
How was your school? Sounds really harsh.
yes, true.
Let's see. Did you do your homework? It's even worse.
Yeah. I don't think that's not a good one. That's just gonna stress the kid a lot.
I think in general, if I really thought about it, I think in general, the best response would be like, not anything about school, not anything about homework, but the simple question of, do you need help? Like with anything at all. Because that makes the kid pause.
Yeah.
Because you're offering help.
Right.
as a parent.
Right.
Like, so even if the kid doesn't respond, it's like telling the kid that I'm here for you. And in that moment, that is really, really important. That the kid knows that you're there for them.
Okay. So it's not actually, do you want Jollibee?
That's very
Right? Because that's often the language of parents. Food. Food
Yes.
is often the love language of parents. So, do you want Jollibee? Or if the parent probably sees that the child is stressed, like,
Do you want more Jollibee?
do you want more Jollibee?
Yeah.
So something like, meaning to say, if the kid is doing anything and the parent just like barges in and, do you need help? So that gets the ball rolling.
Gentler.
Yeah, gentler.
Gentler.
Oh, okay. So
Like-
maybe like, what are you doing? Like that, right?
Yeah, like, do you need anything? Food, anything? Like, do you need help? But don't ask, like, do you need Jollibee? Because it's a yes and no.
Yes.
And usually if it's yes and no, the kid will probably just say yes or no.
So it's not a conversation starter.
No, there needs to be options. So that's why, do you need help? Do you need help with anything?
Okay, so that's a good point. So parents, take it from Jenny. Like, kinanglan mo mag-timing with your
Yeah.
kids and then ask, na ba kay kinahanglan?
Yes.
Right? Unsa man nga akong ikatabang nimo?
Ana, yes.
Yeah, right? Unsa akong ikatabang nimo, anak? Except probably do the actual homework, which I don't agree with. Like, kanima, ansiri daw nima. That's taking advantage of it also.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, do you want to add something regarding this topic?
I think we went through a lot of it, but we do have a quiz that that we just prepared that will come out hopefully on the Daily Chica website within a few days once it's kind of ironed out. So
It's a kind of a quiz, right?
Yes, it's
So
kind of
it
quiz.
knows if
if you're a chill parent or how much stalking you do to your kid online. That's essentially the quiz, but
Okay.
it's mostly about privacy as well.
Okay. So what are we gonna do now? So
So
there's questions.
yes,
And-
you're going to read the questions.
Okay.
And then there are multiple choice answers. Hopefully that I will pick that supposedly
Reflect.
reflects you.
Yes.
But actually this quiz is more catered towards the parent reflecting themselves.
Because if I answer it, I feel like, of course I'm gonna make myself look good. So you actually score me
Yes.
on this, right? Okay, so I have a pen here. So you see I have a pink pen. I have different colored pens. I also have a blue version of this and brown version of this.
And there is
Shout out to my Dong A, my metal.
Dong A or Dong A?
Dong. How do you read it? I read it Dong A. It's Dong A.
I don't know. I did it Dong A.
If somebody knows, write in the comment how you're supposed to read it. Dong A or Dong A. Let us know so that we can figure it out. Okay. So the first question is, when your anak posts a selfie, your first instinct is to
Okay,
what
so
is that?
here are. Oh wait, should you read it?
Yeah, I think it should. Okay.
Yeah, here.
So when your anak, I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
So when your anak posts a selfie, assuming that your anak friended you on Facebook, your first instinct is to react with a heart emoji and move on with my life. React with the heart emoji. Okay. To the child's post. Follower ng child. B, check the location tag and cross-reference with their curfew. They don't even have a curfew. You don't have a curfew.
I have a self-imposed curfew.
Yeah, okay. Bedtime curfew. Check the location tag and cross-reference with their curfew. C, screenshot it for the family group chat with caption, ayan na naman si anak. Uy, wow, screenshot? Okay.
I'm more confused about
And they have a family group discussion. But we do have one in Viber.
Yeah, we do. Pero I'm more confused about the ayan naman si anak. Is the ayan naman si anak, is that supposed to be pride or I don't know, are you tired? What is it?
Is it a complaint or is it a compliment?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, B. Analyze the reflection in their eyes. What? To identify their exact location. Analyze the reflection in their eyes. Like zoom in and look at the eyes. See where the child is. Okay. Anyway, okay. Which one am I? Which one do I do? Oh, wait.
Yes.
When your anak posts a selfie, your first instinct is to, but I don't even heart your post. So you're completely off this quiz. I don't heart her post. It's the first question. Does that make me a bad parent?
Huh?
No. Or is that kind of expected with
Yeah.
kids?
Well, to be fair, we don't really use Facebook anymore. But back when back when you used to actively use Facebook, you would actually just heart my posts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
I-
not active on Facebook anymore.
You're not active on Facebook, but back when we were active on Facebook, you would just heart.
Oh, with heart. So okay,
Yes.
so back. So let's say 1, right?
Yeah.
A. That's,
A.
Okay, I'll circle it.
Right now you're an E, which doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Number 2. You accidentally like your anak's friend's photo from 2019. Accidentally liked your anak's friend's photo from 2019. So,
This is the
yeah.
question.
Okay. So this is A. Unlike it immediately and pretend it never happened. I don't understand. Why would you unlike it and pretend that it didn't happen?
Ang ka-awkward.
B. Text anak. Sorry, na-misclick ko lang. C. Act natural and start following their whole family. D. Delete my account and create a new one with the username not your mom 123.
Delete your account now.
I don't even know your friends on Facebook. I mean, I don't.
To be fair, I don't really friend a lot of my
Yeah,
friends on
you
Facebook.
don't do that because we're not really into Facebook again.
So we're back to E.
Letter E, which is non-existent. So
Yeah.
another, I
But
think.
honestly, what you're most likely to do, I think, is to just like give up and move on. Like
Yeah.
give hearted and just like pretend it
Right.
exists.
Because I don't see anything wrong with liking your anak's friend's photo from 2019. If you're just scrolling, it doesn't mean that you're a stalker.
Yeah.
You could just be a very interested parent.
Or maybe it just popped up on your feed.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But what are the chances, right?
It depends if it's reshared.
Yeah. Well, that, yeah.
So
That counts for something. So that's a 1, right? Move on with the life.
yeah, sure. Like something like an A, but instead of unliking it, you just leave it be.
Yeah, okay. So I'll circle that. Okay. Third one. How many of your anak's friends do you follow on social media? Oh, none. E. None. I don't follow any of her friends. She tells me about your friends. I mean, you talk about your friends to me, but it's not like I go on social media and then ask them. But you do show me photos of them whenever it's interesting. Like there's something interesting.
And only if you're like friends with my friend's parents. It's the only time you follow someone close to their family.
Yes, but not really like. On the other hand, I'm probably gonna be am I the kind of parent who just doesn't give a
Come on, speak.
F?
Speak. Come on, speak.
No, right? Is that bad?
You don't take care?
Like,
Well, you've raised me to be really independent. That's number
Yeah.
one. So I'm not, it's not really a bad thing, actually. Because I'm a high achiever, so. And also, how do I say this? It's not bad at all. That you don't really care. It's
not that I don't care, but I'd rather that you tell me about
Yeah.
it rather than me asking you about it, right?
There's the glass door, yes.
Yeah, there's the glass. Yeah, again, that's the glass door thing. So yeah, that's true. That's a good way of looking at it, like that glass door, because it's not like I don't want to barge in like that. I don't like to just come barging in and then really
Yeah.
snooping. So I'm just gonna wait and of course this works for us because we have cultivated good communication since you were young.
Yes.
So I guess it works for us, but may not be for other families.
Now that I think about it, the reason why you don't know a lot about my friends is actually because I don't have a lot to tell you. Because because the funny thing is, I keep that glass door policy even with my friends. So we live on my friends and I live on two different worlds essentially, because some of them are snoopy, some of them just really don't care sometimes. And me on the other hand, I tend to wait for them to not ask, but I tend to wait for them to give me information before I ask again. So they have to be
we're
the one to
essentially
start.
not marites.
We're not marites.
That's I think that's a key difference because we're not really marites.
Not really. It's
Okay.
really.
So we're not even marites with each other, right? So, how many of your Alex friends do you follow on social media? I don't, but anyway. A, none. Kasi I respect boundaries. Oh, there's one, none. I don't follow any of them.
Okay, number
So
one.
at least, that's a good one.
Read the others.
Finally, I have an option that's correct. B, just the close ones na kilala ko personally.
You do that to the parents, but not my friends.
Yeah, to the parents. I do befriend the parents of your friends.
Yeah.
Right? C, all of them, plus their siblings.
Sabi siblings.
Grabe naman, siblings. D, their friends, parents, and their titos, titas, may flowchart pa ako.
Wow!
Grabe. Okay. Anyway, number 4. Your anak posts. So this is assuming that the anak posts. Feeling blessed with this emoticon.
Yeah,
They call prayer hands. Okay. So your anak posts feeling blessed. Your immediate thought. Immediate thought is, oh, that's nice naman. Right? B. Blessed about what exactly? Investigates recent activities. Oh, NBI.
What's the NBI again?
National Bureau of Investigation.
Oh!
That's like the CIA.
Yeah, like FBI.
Okay, yeah. Or FBI, Federal
Bureau of
Bureau Agency. FBI.
FBI. Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Okay. Anyway, C. Screen cap and send to extended family. Look how grateful my anak is.
Go extreme!
D. Check all their friends' stories to decode what blessing they're talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I'm just in awe of number C because the parent went straight to the parent went straight to like boasting.
Yeah, right. So what do you think would I do if I post something? Well, assuming that I look at it, like I see it, I open it, assuming that I open Facebook.
Yeah, number A.
A?
Number A. Letter A.
Letter A. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice naman.
That's actually something you would say.
Yeah. And just like forget about it.
Yeah. Or like heart.
Yeah, or heart. Okay. Someone comments cute on your anak's photos.
Oh.
Cute. Oh dear God, I don't even respond when they say nice things about you sometimes because, I post something to brag about you. And then I don't open my Facebook for several months.
Yeah.
And then the next time that I open, I feel like it will be very embarrassing to react on the previous post that several months ago because they know that I didn't really read the comments. So it would be more embarrassing for them to realize that. So I just pretend or I send, I just oh.
So it's like, that part of me is done.
Right, I've moved on, and sorry I wasn't attentive to your nice comments. I'm terrible that way. Anyway, someone comments cute on your anak's photos. Let's see how I fare with this. Ignore it!
Okay, well, to be fair, I think this also depends on if the person who's commenting is male or female.
Why? I have a lot of male friends.
But the crush.
The crush?
Yeah.
Oh, cute! You're referring to cute.
Cute.
Oh, if it's a guy that said cute on your photo?
Yeah.
I check if he's handsome.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Oh, so B, check their profile once out of curiosity. Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Check if they're handsome.
If they're tall.
Not really.
Not
The height
really.
doesn't matter, but handsome.
Handsome.
I'd be very curious. Like,
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah.
Are you also cute? What if it's not cute? What if he comments cute on your photo and it's not cute? And I'm like, Yeah, I think
This is you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Deep dive into their entire social media history. Really stalk. I mean, scroll through. That's such a waste of time.
And that's letter C.
Yeah, that's letter C.
What's D?
These create a detailed dossier. How do you read that? It's French, French, right? Dossier.
Yeah.
Dossier about this person and their family tree.
What's a dossier?
It's kind of like a compilation about information on a specific person or thing.
Oh wow, that's
It's
illegal.
kind of like a report. The agents in spy movies use it.
That's illegal.
That's
illegal.
It's not. It's not. You're just researching all things that you can find in public, at least.
Well, that's hacking.
No,
Well,
but it's different. If we do a deep dive, by the way, dossier for us is different. We better be very careful. We don't want to say you because we have ways of finding out.
Yes.
We're really good at finding out.
Yes.
Okay, so what do you think?
B.
B?
You check.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd check. I'd check. Handsome ba?
Handsome ba?
Oh.
Cute ba? Smart
Oh.
ba?
Oh, yeah. I think
think.
intelligence is very important. Okay, you notice, this is number 6.
Yes.
You notice your anak has been active 2 hours ago at 3 a.m. I'm awake at 3 a.m. sometimes.
You're awake all the time at 3 a.m. Like, the thing is, she sleeps at 7 p.m. and she wakes up at 1.
Sometimes I wake up at 3.
Yeah,
Or
but
4.
yeah, but like you wake up stupidly early and then
Yeah, but I don't do Facebook at what, 3 a.m.? I don't do Facebook at 3 a.m.
no, you go straight to work. I don't know if that's worse.
Yeah. Is that bad? I should stop working at 3 a.m.
Well, it depends on your energy level because like that.
Because I've already slept.
Yeah.
I've already slept during the time and I've like, that's it. I'm done with the sleeping, so it's my already wake up time.
Yeah, and the thing is, you, me, and Daddy all have slightly different sleep schedules. Like, our circadian rhythms, because that's what it's called when the body self-regulates the energy levels, is completely different. So like, you fall asleep at an earlier time at like 7 or 6. I fall asleep...
Not 6, sobra pa naman. 7, 8,
Yeah,
8.
you fall asleep like probably a bit early.
Yeah.
I fall asleep at like 9:30 to 10, and then Daddy falls asleep at around like 11.
Yeah, so one of us is awake at some point.
One of you, like you're probably awake at 3. I wake up at 6. Daddy, because he
Oh
really
my
loves
God,
you, wake up
Daddy.
at 5.
Because I wake him up at 5.
Yes.
And that's the only reason he wakes up. Sometimes he doesn't wake up at 5. You know,
Yeah.
if he has it his way, he'd wake up at 9.
Yeah. Actually,
8.
yeah, because he's the latest to wake up actually. When you're not around, like when you're traveling, because my mama travels for her for her work a lot. When you're not here, Daddy actually wakes up like what's this later than me, and I wake up at 6.
He wakes up at 5 to tell me, to greet me good morning. He calls at 5. And then I know that he goes back to sleep right after.
Yeah, he does.
And then,
Wake up.
yeah. And they would just groggily, good morning, ga. And then I would say, good morning, di. Awake na ka. Oo. Okay, di. Sige. Bye. Bye. And then and then he dropped the call and then do it immediately. Fall asleep. Pass out immediately. Okay,
Yeah.
anyway. Your anak has been active 2 hours ago at 3 a.m. And go to your room. Why are you awake? Remember, that's right?
Yeah.
Ask them about it in the morning, but it's already morning. 3 a.m. is morning for me.
That's the question.
3 a.m. is morning for me. So,
So meaning you actually barge into my room. At
because
3 a.m.
the door is open, right?
Yeah.
B, check who else was online at the same time. Why would I check somebody else when I could just check on you?
What if I'm just doom scrolling?
I know, and of course I'd be bothered. Why are you awake at 3 a.m.?
This is my time.
No, I'd say, oh, you didn't tell your sleep schedule?
Yeah.
Screenshot the last scene as evidence for morning interrogation. Whoa, that's something. Cross-reference their activity with their friends' posts to create a timeline. No,
For
that's
evidence for the morning.
Really, that's really snoopy.
Yeah. Cross-reference.
I think that's very undignified to really go to that level.
Yeah.
I think. But anyway, so I'd probably just, if I see that you're awake, and then I just like go.
Yeah.
I'd go to your room and where you're not asleep yet. Did you sleep?
The funny thing is, you look really strange when you come into my room at 3. Like, or like really early in the morning because my mama has this tendency to like, when you're in the bed, she'll like hang over you and look at, awake pa ka? Like, you did that with your, like when you were sleeping,
Yeah.
when you were like sleeping in a hotel or like just at the dormitory with
Yeah.
your staff.
Yeah.
Like, I can remember, you did the same thing and he got really scared.
Yeah, he got scared because I was like, Hoy, mata na.
And you have a deep morning voice.
Yeah.
So like, it's scary if you're not used to it. And I just wake up to you in my face.
So there's a reason for that. Because I can't see. Especially
Oh,
with
right.
the dim light.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why. Because I can't see very well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And by the way, when she woke up her staff, like during that dormitory, it was the wrong person.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
There was a training in Manila, and
Yeah.
then we had the girls' room and the boys' room. I wanted to wake up one of them because he has to cook the rice.
At 4 in the
Yeah,
morning.
at 4 in the morning. Wake up at 4 in the morning. We're cooking rice. We're in Manila. Traffic is gonna come soon.
Yeah.
Head start. Okay.
Yeah. So it's A.
A. Okay. A.
Ask him about the morning meeting.
Yeah.
Go to my room right now.
Right. Because 3 a.m. is morning for me.
Yes.
Your anak changes their bio to song lyrics.
Honestly, I
Oh.
don't think you'd even get this. Like you wouldn't even recognize it as lyrics.
Yeah, probably not. Okay. Think kids and their music nowadays. Yeah, I think this is the
Yeah.
chill one. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't give an F.
I've read through this in Yana's story.
Yeah. Google the lyrics to understand the meaning.
If you know it's a lyric.
If you don't know if it's a lyric, but why Google, right? Is there something that I should know? Research the artist and decide if they're a good influence. Oh no, I never tell you about, yeah, and I don't impose, do I?
No.
Do I? Like,
No.
good influence. Did I ever tell you that, like, for example, don't listen to this artist or don't sing this artist's song because the lyrics are really, they have the sexual connotations.
Actually, I'm the one who tells you that the lyrics have sexual connotations.
Right?
Yeah, because my mama, she can't really she can't memorize lyrics. So like you don't really connect the dots that
Yeah,
something is sexual.
That's true.
And also the thing about what does it say about like if they're a good influence? No,
Yeah.
no.
I just don't. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a song, right?
Sexual connotations, any kind of like swear words, curse words. I listen to it because I vibe,
Yeah.
not because like it's influencing me.
True. Decode it like a secret message and wonder if it's about a heartbreak.
Like Miss American Pie.
Is it about a heartbreak, Miss American Pie?
No, but decoding it is.
Right?
It's like
oh
it's
yeah, the
every-
Bye Bye Miss American Pie.
Every single lyric is like another layer.
True. Okay, so what would I do? Do you think?
Two possibilities. Either if you don't know it's a lyric, you would do something like letter A, which is I think kids and their music nowadays. But if you recognize the lyrics, you would absolutely probably Google it.
To understand the meaning?
Yeah, that's the meaning.
Okay, so we'll just put in the letter B then.
Let's put another B. Yeah.
Okay.
Assuming that you know it's a lyric.
Yeah. You find out your anak has a close friend's story. What's a close friend's story? That you're not in. You feel close friend's story. Like you limit, your parents don't see it. Is there such a thing?
I thought like it was just like FB, but now
Yeah.
thinking about it. Close friend story, like, is it just a story where the parent isn't in it?
I don't know, maybe the parent can see it.
No, like it's not like a Facebook story, but just like a regular story.
Okay.
A close friend story that the parent isn't privy to.
Yeah. So I probably want A. Totally fine. They deserve privacy.
Yeah, you do
Totally
that.
fine.
You do that.
A little curious, but I respect it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you do this.
Okay.
It's letter B.
Betrayed. After lahat ng ginawa ko for them, betrayed, would I ever feel betrayed?
But you're not my friend, you're my mom.
Yeah, I know. It's not my job to be your friend. Read that's another interesting thing.
Yeah.
Is it really the parents' job to be their child's friend? Thoughts?
Depends on what you consider a friend. But like in a relationship standpoint, mama is always mama.
Right, right.
Yeah. And but mama can take me shopping like friends do. So
Yes.
That's just like
Oh, I give good clothing
You give me good
advice.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I dress like an old woman most of the time.
So you see, I helped her choose this blouse in Manila.
Yeah.
D. Like I need to befriend their friends to get intel. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
B.
B.
If it's like a Facebook story that you didn't know like I was part of, you
Right.
would be curious.
Yeah, I'm
But
curious.
you'd respect me enough to let me say something about it.
Right, right.
Yeah. Let me open up.
I would be offended. I don't think I'd ever be offended if I'm not privy to something like you have story for your friends only.
Yeah.
I don't see myself as getting offended with that. Like, of course, yes, you're a teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, like, teenagers are supposed to have little secrets.
Yeah. So yeah, a little curious.
Yeah, but a little curious, that's true. Okay.
Yeah.
How often do you check your anak's social media? Like I said, never. I don't check her social media.
I also don't do a lot of social media.
Yeah. And even with everything, like I don't check her homework. I don't. Yeah. I don't do a lot of parenting.
That's because
Do I?
That's because you did the majority of the parenting when I was younger.
Right.
So now all I need from like at this point is just advice.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And I give a lot of unsolicited advice.
Yes.
Yeah, unsolicited advice. I give a lot of that, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you like to go on tangents.
Yes.
I don't have to ask you anything.
Okay. How often do you check your anak's social media? A, once a week kapag may notification.
In the pandemic you did that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Because when everything was online, right?
yeah. I'm basing this on when you were mostly online, which is the pandemic.
Pandemic time.
Yeah, mga once a week.
Daily, just to see kamusta they are. We're together, we would like, right? Because I feel like if you ask your child kumusta on social platforms, social media platforms, it just goes to show how much of a non-existing relationship you have.
Did you get to
Right.
see in person?
Right? That's why I don't even greet you on your birthday on social media or daddy on his birthday on social media.
Yeah.
I don't do that because I can greet you in person. Why would I be greeting you on social media?
Yeah.
Like, why would I be saying I love you to you on of course I do that on social media. Sometimes I say, well, I'm very proud of you, I love you, or I'm basically very proud of you
It's
and I
after
love
the
you.
fact.
Yeah, but that's after I've told you about these things in person, right?
Yes.
So I think like greeting you happy birthday on social media just doesn't make sense. Anyway, C, multiple times a day. It's part of my routine now. Whoa. What?
Assuming your kid posts multiple times a day.
Yeah. Constantly. My phone has notifications for their every move. Wow.
Oh wow. No,
So
you're
which one?
A.
A?
You're A. Yeah.
Okay.
Once a week kapag may notification. Because I also only post like once a week.
Right. Sometimes a week goes by or a month goes by, we don't.
I think I went through a year without posting.
Yes. Your anak asks, Ma, why do you know so much about my friends' lives?
I tell you.
Yeah, you tell me. That's why I know about
You
it.
tell,
I get all the chica.
Yeah. I tell you, and you big memory.
Yes. That's why I don't like to overload my brain, so that's why I don't ask. Because it's going to overload my brain because I can't not remember these little details. So A, you're right, I should mind my own business more. So if you say, Ma, why do you know so much about my friends' lives? You're right, I should mind my own business more. Okay. B, I just want to know who you're hanging out with.
This is assuming you investigate.
Yeah, I investigated. Hindi stalking to, concerned parent lang. Oh, ayan. D, knowledge is power, anak, and I have unlimited data.
Unlimited power.
Starlink.
Starlink. Yeah. No, you're probably like A.
A.
If you ever did stop,
Yeah, but yeah.
you're probably like A. You'll like back off.
Right. Because I don't think you really have friends I should be worried about, right?
I thought you were going to end it. I don't think you really have friends. Good point.
I don't think you have friends.
I'm homeschooled kasi.
Yes, Jenny is homeschooled. But she does have friends. She has
Yeah.
a play club and, other friends.
Sa homeschool.
Sa homeschool. Yeah.
But we're not very close to that point.
Yeah.
It's fine with me because like I believe I'm what do you call it? Basta I oscillate between being extroverted and introverted where I like hanging out with people, but if I spend too much time with them, it drains my energy. So I'd much rather like have my safe space. And that's why also my office is the most closed off room in our entire house.
True.
Even if the door is always open, it's the one with the closest four walls and the smallest four walls. Because I like my privacy because it doesn't make me stressed, it doesn't make me tired.
That's true. But when you were younger though, like I really wanted to befriend. You remember I would bribe your friends with donuts to make them like me, right?
Yeah.
I used to give them cakes and all that. I think they really like me. Your friends liked me when you were younger.
Yeah,
When you were in elementary, right?
yeah.
I was the cool mom.
You were
in
the cool
school.
mom, but as a kid in elementary, like you were giving them donuts, I was kicking children. They really did that. It was an accident. I said sorry, but yes, I kicked the child.
Your classmate. You
Yeah.
picked your classmate, right?
Yeah.
So that they would be nice to you or so that you'd be nice to them. But I just feel like when you were younger, I wanted them, it's not that I want them to be close to me, it's just that I wanted them to feel that, I care about them the same way that I care. I don't know why, but I'm just the kind of parent that I don't even know why I did it. Why do you think I did it?
I never really thought about it, but I think you were just nice. And also,
You're just nice.
and also, Mama told me a story about the donuts that you always gave me in class because she always gave me two very specific brands of donuts. Either either Dunkin' Donut or Krispy Kreme. And apparently, the reason for this, because I also have good memory, is because when I was younger, my mommy and daddy, after their work, would go to a restaurant to eat. And then they feel really bad about leaving me out that they buy me donuts.
Because you're in school.
Yeah.
Right?
And then the price of the donuts that they would buy, either Dunkin' Donut or Krispy Kreme, depends on how good tasting the restaurant was.
Right. If we went to an expensive restaurant, so it's gonna be like Krispy Kreme. If we just went to a so-so restaurant up the Ginuna.
Yeah, okay. So it wasn't really for my friends. It was a very Filipino apology.
Right.
But instead of Jollibee, it's donuts.
Yeah, it's donuts. They were easier to get, right?
Yeah.
Than Jollibee. Jollibee you have to go to. Right.
And I didn't realize this. Like you didn't tell me until I was high school. So I felt really betrayed.
So you felt betrayed.
Yeah.
Right. So you thought because I was just nice.
Yeah. No.
It was a form of apology.
Yes.
I think. No, it was guilt. It
It's
was
still
guilt because,
apology.
yeah, because we couldn't take you because you're in school.
Yes.
Because we're always together. We always eat, like I said, we always eat together. So when she was still in school, in face-to-face school, of course she has to be in the school, we can take her out. So yeah, Dad and I would sneak off to a restaurant and
Yeah.
eat. Right?
Yeah. You did not tell me.
Of course we will not tell you. I mean, like, what is the point of telling you?
Well, you told me restaurants that I knew about, but not anything else.
Right.
Yeah, to not make me like jealous or something. And I also understand that.
Right.
But I really thought you were just being nice until you told me in high school.
That was guilt.
Yeah, that was guilt.
Okay, so those are the scores.
Yeah, so all of these are ranked 1 to 1 to 4 based on like A, B, C, D. A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, and D is 4. So there are like a few scores that you can get based on like your amount of A's, B's, C's, and D's. So
How much did I get? I usually had the ones. You
Yeah.
can easily count.
So just for like a little explanation
Yeah.
first, the lowest score you can get because there's 10 questions is 10. The highest score is 40. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
6, 7, 9,
11.
11. This is what my math brought me down.
Okay, 12.
11. Wait, what?
Again, cut.
This is just 1 and 2.
You can do it. You can do it. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12,
12.
13.
13.
13. So 13 is chill parent.
Chill parent.
Chill parent.
Okay.
Unicorn.
Literally.
Yeah. Unicorn Filipino parent who respects boundaries. I think that's the best.
Right.
Yeah. You respect boundaries.
I do.
Yes.
Right?
You do. And again, this quiz will be up on Daily Chica within the next few days.
Jenny and her dad are gonna code it into the
Yes.
website, right?
Yes. So we just need to like fix a few things. But all of this here, if you as a parent or as a kid want to take this yourself, then you can within a few days in Daily Chica. We will inform you on our Facebook page.
Okay.
So like just look for that, okay? Within the
watch out
within
for
the
our
week.
post.
Yeah,
the quiz is
week.
already on Daily Chica website. So it's different. It's not gonna be in social media because that would be hard to make in social media. But you can
Yeah.
check out our website. Our website is www.dailychica.com.
One
Right?
word. Yeah. one
Daily
word.
Chica. And Chica is
CHIKA.
yeah. Okay. So dailychica.com.
Yes.
Okay? So
Okay.
I guess that's it. We
Yeah.
hope you learned something from us and we entertained you
Mhm.
somehow.
Yes. And thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. And please follow us on hopefully all of our social media on Daily Chica. We
We'll
will,
be posting them.
yeah, and we will link them below.
Yes, okay. Below.
Yes, below.
Okay, again, this is Kathy.